record on this computer. Great. So, as always, if you have any question, you can ask me in the chat. If you have any doubt, or if you want me to look at the chart, you send the chart over in the chat, basically, and I will take a look. Now, let me see if I can close the chat, because for the first time, I'm using my Mac instead of normal PC. So, all right, let's get started. As you know, I haven't sent many messages, many trades to the Discord this week. Reason why is because I personally didn't take many trades. Like I'm only involved in gold, which was an old trade, not really a trade of these days. And right now in this moment, the only other trade I'm in, I sent GBP CAD, which was a perfect setup. I personally didn't take the trade, but it was a perfect setup right here. Huge drop for more than, let's see how many pips, more than 178 pips. Personally didn't get involved in this one. I'm just showing you the things that I sent. So we had GBP CAD, possible trade that I didn't take, gold trade that I took actually, and EURUSD, which I sent yesterday, and I took the trade this morning. But other than that, I'm not involved in any other trade. Now, why did I take EURUSD? EURUSD pushed to the upside, failing the previous high right here. Wait. All right. Retracement to demand. We are on 15 minutes. Let's go on the 1 hour. 1 hour demand. As you can see, last down candle before the up move. We come back to demand, and I was looking at the trade from here, and I'll show you. So this from yesterday. Here I took a stop loss. Why? Why did I take a stop loss? I went on lower time frames to look for confirmation after we tapped into the higher time frames demand. I have no problem of saying that I took a stop loss. It happens, especially when we stick to our plan. It can happen that even if the confirmation was there, we take a stop loss. Here I have pushed to the downside, so this high is in control. Push to the upside, breaking previous high. I'm looking for entries now. We come back, I take a trade here, we go to profit. We can argue that I could have gone to break even. I didn't go to break even, and I took a stop loss. Now, after this, I was looking at a trade. Here I was looking at the trade down here, since we are still inside the demand, the higher time frames demand. I was looking for this. Let me show you. Let me pull this back up a little bit. I was looking for a trade like this, confirmation like this to go up. Now, why didn't I take this? Why I didn't take this? Because here, this breaker structure to the upside here doesn't break a high that is in control. This high was not in control. Why? Because this high didn't create a breaker structure. If you have doubts about this, I shared the video about lower time frames confirmation. Just go and look at it. It's in the new videos section, and it's also inside the course now. So we have this push to the upside, but again, this push to the upside finally breaks this area, which was the high in control, which broke structure to the downside here. So I'm looking for entries. I'm looking for entries from here, the overall demand, and if I want to refine it, I can refine it to the last smaller candle, but I took the whole one. I was looking for pending order from here, and we just didn't retrace to this area. So again, no trade yesterday after stop loss here, and then missed trade from here, and it's no problem. Today we come back, and what is happening today? We are still inside the order block. Let me zoom out a little bit. All right. We're still inside the higher time frames order block, which was this one, right? And during night, after the push to the upside, we create this Asian range. Asian range, which is, as you know, since my bias was bullish overall because of all the things that I was showing you here, from higher time frames to lower time frames confirmation, I was looking at the trade. This order block was still valid. Now, all we needed was to manipulate previous lows, which are these, and Asian range. And here we do. In this move here we don't. Here we manipulate only Asian range. Here we manipulate both Asian range and previous lows liquidity right here. So after this move touches into imbalance, fills the imbalance, and doesn't touch the order block. Therefore, I didn't know if I wanted to get involved. But then what happens right after? Huge push to the upside, breaking previous structure, right? So we have already grabbed all the liquidity that we needed to grab. We changed structure, we come back to demand, and this was my trade. Now, in this case, not like yesterday, in this case, I'm already at break even. And if we come back now, then it just take break even. But overall, this was the reasoning behind the trade, from higher time frames bias to lower time frames confirmation and everything. We have many questions. One of them is not a question, it's just, I love you, brother, you're amazing. I just wanted to read it out, it was funny, but thank you, love you too. Here we have NZD USD, let me see. So I guess the yellow rectangle is higher time frames bias. The after lower time frames bias, we had breaker structure to the upside here, breaking the previous high, which broke to the downside. Retracement, entry, this was good overall. Now we have GBP. What is it? GP US? No, GP CAD. GP CAD. GP CAD. We have this push to the downside. After this push to the down, we already manipulated Asian range, and after this push to the downside, we're retracing to supply. This is the 50 minutes. I would say it is a good 50 minutes setup. I didn't take a look at higher time frames. If I look just at the 50 minutes, this is great. And I will look for, when I look at the 50 minutes, I want to look at 1 minute confirmation. So make sure to look at your 1 minute confirmations. Now, let's go on. Here we have Euro GBP. Euro GBP, okay, I like this one. Again, this is very good setup, I would say. Here we reach higher time frames area, change of direction, latest breaker structure to the upside for entry right here. I like this setup no matter of what happens next. If you take a stop loss, it's okay. I really like the setup. I personally don't trade Euro GBP. I will show you. I mean, Euro USD, as I showed you already. Let's see what's going on Euro USD, just to keep an eye on it. I haven't taken break even yet, but yeah. Next, NZD CAD. NZD CAD, first of all, higher time frames area needs to go all the way to down here, since that's where the area finishes. And I don't really understand what's going on inside of here, but let's go and check my chart since I'm not really understanding. So, oh, I think I have the same area. No, wait, what's going on? I don't have the same area. So, the 1 hour here we have latest breaker structure. I guess this is what you were looking for, demand, if I'm right. And after this, confirmation on lower time frames. All right, very important, very important that you take a look at the latest lower time frames confirmation video, because we break some highs that, for example, this high was not in control. Here we can argue that this high was actually in control. And this was failure, but not right here. This is not confirmation. Now we come back. This could have been an entry. I would say lower time frames. This is perfect confirmation on lower time frames. The failing previous high, which was in control, this one. Now, if I have to argue about higher time frames, I'm not really liking, if I zoom out, I'm not really liking what I'm seeing here with all this imbalance down here, lows liquidity. I think it's way easier for price to go below this low, grab the liquidity of this low, and maybe push into these demands right here, which are hidden demands, but I can show you. Okay, there we go. Let's see. This is, we already took a look at NZD/USD. This is gold. Gold breaking structure to the upside. I'm not really interested in entering more positions in gold. I'm already in some positions. I'm not really interested in entering more, but I will be careful with this trendline liquidity. So I wouldn't take this demand because we are forming trendline liquidity. Probably we will grab trendline liquidity and either pull to this demand or lower demand. And that's where we can actually look for more entries. What's the difference between change of character and boss? First of all, in my course, I never mentioned change of character. We use the same concept, but it's just a name. We just call it differently. It doesn't really matter. The main difference is that boss breaker structure only breaks structure, while change of character, or whatever you want to call it, manipulates before changing structure. So we have manipulation and then change of structure. This is what you can call change of character or whatever you want. It's just a name that some people made up, but it doesn't really have anything to do. For example, here is change of character. Consolidation, manipulation to the upside, breaker structure to the downside. This is change of character, retracement to supply, possible entry. Very good. Gold USD. Gold, reason for this stop loss is because gold is extremely bullish, both technically, just from charts, and also fundamentally because of everything that's going on. Extremely bullish on gold. What is this? I just see a trend line. I don't really agree with the analysis overall. Breaker structure must have a clean break or just a wick. Depends on the time frame. So if we are talking about failure of supply and demand, just the wick. If we are talking about actual breaker structure, so actually a shift of structure, then we are talking about body of the candle. And I'm going towards taking a break even. Now, let's see possible other opportunities for today. It's going 2 hours. All right. So we have, where is it? NZD-CAD, which can actually be pretty interesting for buys from the hidden demand down here, if we do reach it. But we need to be careful that overall we are at also a higher time frame area. So I will look for buys from this demand actually, if I have confirmation. This is one setup for today, NZD-CAD from hidden demand. KJPY not really interested. This is type of market structure and market situation that we want to avoid. Same for NZD-JPY. EURUSD, you know already which trade I'm in, or maybe I'm out already and almost. GBUSD, I'm not interested. Yesterday I was interested for, well, yesterday, no, 2 days ago, I missed this trade. It was perfect, but I missed it. And I sent a recap already in the Discord about it. GPCAD not interested. We could have had this trade. I sent it to the Discord, but I didn't take it. Now I'm not interested anymore. GPCAD I said already. GPY, this is just some weekend study, but overall we're not interested in getting involved. Let me see actually. Wait. Actually, we break structure plus we failed this demand and we're pulling back up to this supply. So I will actually keep an eye on GJ from this area. Didn't notice it. Good. I'll just keep an eye on it if we have confirmation. Not because if I zoom out, we are extremely bullish. But at the same time, we can say that we failed demand and we are changing structure. We need confirmation to enter here, but yeah. EURUSD, not interested at all. Same for EURCAD. And let's see AUDUSD, actually missed a very good trade. This was an example. This was just Fibs trade plus demand. Just for educational purposes, I didn't take this trade. I would say I missed some good trades, I would say overall, but that's not a problem. Many others are going to come and we can catch many others. Here we had demand, Fibs, push to the upside, overall market structure, bullish. Break of structure, retracement, break of structure. Easy setup, I would say overall. GBUD, nothing, AUD, CAD, nothing. EURGPY, let's see. No, EURGPY just looks similar to GPGPY, but I'll just focus on GPGPY. USD CAD. Let's go on higher time frames. USD CAD, we have this hidden demand, which we just touched. But overall, I would say is not a setup, that not clear structure for now. Here we are bearish. We cannot just look to trade reversals from random places. I'm really interested in SZCAD and GPGPY for today, so keep that in mind. Do you take a look at currency strength meter? Not really. I find it hard to trade gold, then don't trade it. I find it harder than other pairs too. Is not that is really hard, it's more that it manipulates more, it has stronger moves. Just trade other pairs. There are many others. Why trade gold if you have difficulties on trading it? I just trade gold personally when I have clear opportunities. I'll show you. For example, 4 hours. So from higher time frames, clear, break of structure, retracement. Let me delete this. I'm saying break of structure. Where is the demand that created break structure? Down here, retracement. When we had the retracement, we had this spike to the downside. I really liked it. I got involved inside here on lower time frames. And then other than that, what do we have? When we pull back down, we have demand. We break to the upside, pull down to demand to get involved again to go to the upside. This is just from high time frames bias. And this is how I like to trade gold the most. Of course, I go down to lower time frames, but the entries are always the same as other pairs. Okay, send a list. These are the pairs from AUDUSD up are the pairs that I like the most. And I see it in the course too. Can you, wait. Can you show hidden demand on NZDCAD? NZDCAD hidden demand we have on the 1 hour, just wicks to the downside. Wicks to the downside can have hidden demands, which are here, these. Right, so just to summarize, I'm looking at NZDCAD and I'm looking at GPGPY for today. And I was in EURUSD. Oh, and I'm still in EURUSD. Didn't take my break even yet. Okay, great. If you have other questions, please ask me now. Otherwise, I'll send the recording and I'll send what I'm looking for on the Discord. What is this? AD New Zealand. I don't trade it at all, to be honest. Doesn't really respect how I trade AD New Zealand. Any thoughts on your GPY? Your GPY is very similar to GPGPY, but I'm focused on GPGPY for today. Thank you everyone for connecting. As I said already, I'm looking at NZDCAD and GPGPY. I'll send it also in the Discord soon if we have some type of confirmation. And I'll see you next days and next time we do live. Thank you.